Happy New Year, Bears fans. What's up? BHL is back. Week 17, Bears versus Lions. Bears show up in Detroit, get smashed. Effort in question, roster in question, health in question. We're going to have all of that covered for you guys today because there is a lot of layers to uncover here with what's next, what to do with quarterback in week 18. Are you protecting him from himself, protecting him for your future? What's gonna happen? But Bears dropped their 10th in a row, heading to their 11th in a row probably next week versus Minnesota. I don't like to talk like that, but let's just be honest. Effort out there today was not good enough. I'm gonna get off the screen here because nobody's here to see me. We want to hear this DDP rant session. He got his technical difficulties squared away, hopefully. So, DDP, it's your time, kid. It's rant time.
I was going to let Ivan control the show. That's my only laugh of the day. Listen, football is everything to me. And it's easy to see, just like when you're an MC, a singer, whatever your profession is, you could see the real from the pretenders. I don't know in the history of my life that I've been sitting on this show looking at a football game that I felt like there was just so much soft. You could have had a whole roster of change at halftime. You could have just put anybody in there. It was coaching malpractice at its highest level. I'm not for losing or tanking. Everybody should know that. But clearly, the tanking culture, whether you want to believe it or not, and you could stand wherever the fuck you are, has created this divide. And it's such a negligent thing because now Justin has to be the brunt force of all of the haters' commentary. And you create more imbalance because of it. And it's so unfortunate that I have to be a fucking Bears fan. Because what I saw out there is, in every sense of the word, coaching malpractice. Justin Fields should have been pulled out of the game. And I'm not the guy to sit anybody, but it was so fucking infuriating watching the stupidity of coaching on both sides of the ball, including Mr. fucking half glass full. We had a great stop coming out of the half. I'm sure we're going to hear it. You can pick any fucking side you want. You could want the second overall pick and think that this shit's gonna change. You can. That's fine. We're all gonna wait and see. But I'm not a fucking wait and see guy. And I'll fucking drop the mic and take my victory laps now, because every fucking thing, every fucking time you decide that losing is okay, you put the culture, the fucking sauce of your effort, your team. Accountability falls on deaf ears. I've been around this game my whole life. You can't go, even if there's a fucking crack in the door of players hearing you. We're not good enough. Then they know they're not good enough. It's your fucking job to play base defense then and tackle. It's not hard to get it out of them when you believe it. Just look across the fucking sideline. We have 7 wins. Everybody and their brother could go back through And look at all the games the Bears have lost by 1 point, 3 points, whatever the fuck. It's an effort thing. That's a you thing, Eber, floose, fraud, whatever you are right now. If you're okay with Ryan Poles, where's Ryan Poles' surprise press conference today? Ryan, you going to address the effort of your football team? Because Ted's out the door. George is just a fan. The Bears are planning a new stadium. Guess what? Losing is a disease. And you fucking fans that are going to blame Justin Fields, the one-man fucking show, on a day where nobody, who showed up, bear up, bear down, the whole fucking franchise, bear down. It's a losing culture. And you fucking happy-go-lucky rainbow boys, you're going to fucking change this with $130 million. And we got $130 million. And we got the second overall pick. And we can trade. And we can do this. But it comes back to fundamentals. Tackling. Effort. Technique. I want to believe. I'll be the first one to come on here on this network and say, I'm fucking wrong. They did the smart thing. But right now, you can separate the rooms like a fucking 8th grade dance. Girls over there, boys over there, whatever you want. You can be on my side, this side. But don't put Justin Fields in the process of this putrid program that you have. It's a disease. It's the softest thing I've ever seen. It's softer, softer than Leno and fucking Braxton Jones at a fucking dance together. It's the worst I've ever seen. It's not even fucking close. It's a showcase of who you are when the chips are fucking down. Do you have pride? Do you get embarrassed? It's okay. We're getting the second, maybe the first pick. Fuck you, Phil. You don't know. We can have a change of whole culture. With that second pick, we could trade down 27 times, have a whole Bearlissimo draft. Fucking 38 picks. We're going to change it. It don't work like that. You know what works? The culture. That's what works. You guys can fucking laugh. You have soft as puppy shit people here. You flip-flop every fucking week. The reality is, I don't like it. I don't know. How do you pretty up this fucking pig? You tell me. If your answer is trading Justin Fields, you don't know the game of football. I'll tell you that right now. He's the last worry I have. You can't fucking block, step, and double on an outside zone, scoop block and get on the corner. You aren't blocking Cole Kmet's out there looking for popcorn. The receivers don't know where to line up. Everyone's looking around. It's fucking at the end of the half. At the end of the half, they're playing outside leverage with their ends. And Getsy doesn't have a call, even from the sideline. Go deep. That's what you say. They're playing it. And you make your quarterback look like a fucking fool. You don't know the situation? Throw the ball down the field. Hail Mary. That's all you got. You're playing for a fucking field goal? You kidding me? This is the stuff, the precursory stuff with situational understanding on top of football integrity. It wasn't there today. For those of you who've never played the game and love the World Cup, I'll tell you what the fuck it is. I don't care if I got fucking 7 practice squad players on. They're going to be prepared. They're going to be required. Just like you heard in the broadcast, Jonathan Vilma is questioning your integrity as a fucking pro. It's your job. You go out there and you play so hard for your coach because the culture is discipline. Oh, we're 3-11. Fuck you. Fuck you haters too. Go to another network and watch the shit show. It ain't gonna happen here. I stand by my one truth. I don't care who disagrees. I'll stay there and we'll see at the end of the day. You want another 6 years of trying to turn this around? Got people, best quarterback in the history of the Bears. He ain't there yet. Did he have a good game? No. To blame him for that atrocity? Sad. That is my rant. I didn't even know what I was going to fucking rant. I got fucking a total rant. So disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I never like to lose, but I'm not where you are with it. I'm looking at it from a different lens, and I'm not. Yeah, the effort, I understand that, and I think that can 100% be questioned. But most of this roster is not gonna be here. It's gonna be flipped over. Can they get the right guys in? Yeah, you can question that. We'll talk about it here. But when your roster has more invested in dead cap to reset everything financially than you do in rostered players, we have more money spent this year in dead cap for players that aren't here than we do in rostered players. Okay, and we're shocked.
But that doesn't matter to me. The effort matters.
But Phil, you can't. Is there a difference between a guy named Hand out there that I don't really know myself anything about, or if we have Jalen Johnson out there? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's you can't.
You coach a culture.
I understand.
Stay
right, but Phil, where your culture part falls apart is I can take you almost every game that they've played in this year, and it's been a play away or anything. I haven't seen this, what we saw today, every single week. We haven't.
I know. I've seen it. You saw it at the Atlanta game. You started to question it. Then they kind of railed it back in. Listen, lack of talent excuses are for wussies, in my opinion.
Lack of talent is not an excuse, Phil. It's a borderline fucking fact.
You can question the coaching, no doubt. And I think if Angelo wants to stand, that's why I said there's going to be two sides to this fucking dance. You could be over there, but there's no doubt there's a lack of talent, but there is also some talent here. Like you're talking about Chase Claypool.
Right.
Why isn't he getting throw the ball down the field? Nope. Let's.
But they did throw Justin threw it down the field to him at the end of the fourth quarter, and he fucking dropped it right in the middle of the fucking field,
the deep post.
Yeah,
defensive backs in his fucking back.
Oh, that's an excuse to me, Phil.
That's a terrible. That should have been a pass interference.
Make a fucking play, like you said.
I want him to make a play.
Talent doesn't matter.
Play,
coach him up.
Throw the ball down the field.
Coach him up. Right? It's gonna fix it. I don't get it.
See.
Dieter got his chance today and got fucking. Dieter didn't do great.
Offensive line is like a cohesive thing. If everybody's you can't do anything to help everybody. Don't throw that shit out there. That's just a trap.
Phil, I mean, I'm watching the game. I saw Dieter get absolutely fucking flog whipped on a fucking play.
I did.
But now it's everybody else's fault. We can't play that.
It's everybody else's fault.
No, because I'm saying you just said that saying lack of talent is an excuse.
Destroyed today.
I said Dieter got flog whipped on a play, and now it's the offensive line has got to be a cohesive unit. I understand that. But we also have to call a spade. If you get fucking bum rushed and flog whipped on a play,
Hank Fraley, got to be probably one of the better centers, gets flog ripped on a play. He's not surrounded by 5 other guys getting flog. This stuff is terrible on every
right. And just
Andy's
like this right here is what I'm saying. I never said today was. I never said anything was good today. Rekka M. I never said that. Pull the clip of me saying that today's effort was fine.
I win the day just on effort. If you question effort, you question the coach. This is my first. That's what my red flag was. So Is this going to turn around with better talent? We'll see. That's the problem. And now the unfortunate thing, you have to admit, it's coaching malpractice, leaving Justin Fields out there, running power sweep after he's limping. This kind of stuff is just atrocious. This is what you're getting to.
That is terrible. And I questioned that immediately. It pissed me off. You see the guy clearly hurt, and that's 100%. Why are you putting him in that position at all?
If your team lacks effort, you take him out.
But they have nobody fucking left, Phil, on this roster.
Take Justin out. You got to.
I would have pulled him out.
That's what I'm saying. If your team, there's no doubt. I have 7 people in the media texting me, wanting answers from me. I'm like, I'm with you. This is coaching malpractice on the highest level. It's not about talent. It's about effort. When you start questioning effort, you can get in the eye and just run. Just run. What are you doing out there? Does anybody know what they were doing? Except feeding the Justin Fields haters. That's all you did today, in my opinion. And that's unfortunate. And I have been around this game. People are going to get beat. If they get consistently beat, they get out. That's it. I watched the game too. I saw the worst effort everywhere. Everywhere. Then you got Tevin Jenkins hurt again. You can't.
I know we talked about it with our patrons at halftime, Phil. I talked about it with you. I tweeted it out. Tevin Jenkins is at a point right now for me when you're writing his name on the roster as a starter, it's in pencil. It's not in pen. It's not. I
totally agree.
You cannot move forward. Same with Braxton Jones. You can say you can believe in his future. None of these guys on the offensive line anywhere are preventing you from going out and say, all right, this dude we didn't expect. Let's just say that for whatever reason, Houston tries to trade up with their second first rounder to get a quarterback, and they're talking to Chicago. And are you going to turn down a Laramie Tunsil because you have Braxton Jones? Of course not. That's what I'm not saying that that's out there. I agree with you
100%.
There's nobody on this offensive line. There's nobody on this defensive line that you're saying, all right, you're locked in.
Leatherwood, a healthy scratch.
But that tells you everything you need to know to me about his stance on this roster. It really does. But you can question everything. I mean, I get it, and I know I'm sounding like I'm more pro regime, but I have no answer to why when Khalil Herbert is out there on a passing down, again, you're putting your most precious product in harm's way.
That play on third down is situational football. He can't pass pro. I'm saying it before the fucking play. No, I swear on my daughters. I'm like, why is he out there? Especially when they're showing blitz. And sure enough, he gets fucking like the whole fucking team. Got nollywop. I mean, they were the aggressor. They got beat by Carolina. Their coach benched people, held people accountable. Aaron Glenn challenged them. And they totally fucking said, fuck you. Bears are like, what are we doing last night? How late can we stay up? Let's watch Ohio State whiff on a fucking kick. Let's watch Michigan fucking get fucking beat and fuck up. Let's watch. Where were their minds? That's into question. Their effort. If anybody's out here not questioning effort, you didn't watch the game. So that falls directly on the head coach. And talent, no talent, you still can tackle and have effort. And it wasn't there. And some of the rookie Brisker had a terrible day. Name me one player that played good.
Not just today with Brisker. It's been, I mean, you go back to
You
the
have
Philly
the
game when
coach.
I've been waiting for him to put it up.
I
And
don't
see.
see it at the bottom. That's all.
Yeah, no, I've
Just
been
add it
waiting.
to
Here
the.
we go. Yeah, we'll get him up there. They
I
finally
didn't know if
switched it over.
Is he coming?
He's not out there.
Oh, okay.
Clip that, Ivan. But yeah,
Is he coming? he better not be. I'll tell you that. Probably did last night before about 2 a.m. Cost you the heart. Oh my God.
Yeah, but he's not out there yet.
Everybody. Okay, so here's the thing: the Chicago Bears since 2000, maybe 1997. Wait until next year. Wait until next year.
There's a
Let's go.
difference.
Wait
There is
until
a
next year.
there's a
130
big
million.
no. That's not the difference.
Second pick.
No, that's not
You
it
got
either.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, you
The
have the
same
quarterback.
guy that people, I would say 60% of this chat wants to trade him.
Well, that's my point, Phil. There's probably, and I'm not going to put it. That's why I said in my rant. I'm not going to put it at 60%, but I mean, there's also a group of Bears fans out there that believe that if you brought Mike Ditka back, that he's going to fix all this, and Mike Singletary should be the head coach, and that's essentially what the friggin' toxic Twitter is falling into, and it's. Bears fans can play both sides of the fence. You know, we're out here doing this. You can go back and listen to what we said, and you can hold us accountable, and I get it. But a lot of the Bears fans that are pissed off with effort today and pissed off about the roster construction and all of that when it comes to draft day, and if the Bears are drafting 7th rather than 1st or 2nd, they're going to be like, what the fuck? Did we really need? I mean, come on, this is stupid. We should have just realized back, you know, it's easy to play both sides of the fence. It's a double-edged sword, Phil, the way that this is.
We are meeting at the worst intersection because this effort sucked on both sides of the ball. We'll see if he holds them accountable.
Let me turn it on.
They continue to do a good job today with that. Again, we converted on a 3rd and 10.
Here he goes with the fucking pause. It's the same shit, Shane. You think this is okay?
I want to hear them ask about some of the calls for Justin.
For the touchdown. That extra we ended up getting the field goal.
You can't make
it sounds pretty low. Can you turn up the volume?
Defensively didn't start.
It's all the way up.
We end up getting that 4th.
We're on the road, and they obviously have issues with that, with
they got the ball
sound
on the 1 yard line. So again, I thought that was a good play. It was a
He's talking all the good plays.
We'll see what that is.
Good job, coach. How about your fucking team's effort?
And then we sustained some injuries today. That's it's a little bit unfortunate. Obviously, Tevin had the neck.
Happy New Year. Who's changing it?
Oh, that was me.
Schofield had
Don't change it.
So you end up losing 2
That's
guards
the only
there,
thing
so
I
that
got.
hurts a little bit. Jalen Jones had the concussion, out with the head, and then Pettis. Just an update on him.
Pettis got hurt dropping the ball.
He was cleared through the concussion protocol, but he was sent to the hospital precautionary. So he's at the hospital right now. Just had some blurred vision and all that, so he's just sent there as a precautionary measure.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
And again, the second half it wasn't good enough. We didn't come out in the second half, play good enough football. We didn't get the takeaways like we had the last couple weeks. So we got to do a better job there, and we turned the ball over. So when you lose the ball there, and you lose the line of scrimmage there, so in the running game they're able to run the ball. We weren't good enough running the football there. So those two things.
I agree, some of our goals. Bear bun rye. I agree. You can't be the same guy, win or lose. You have to show maniacal.
Sit well. When the ball comes through there, first of all, when you have to be.
You have to be you.
So what we saw
as
on the
much as that hurts Matt Nagy fans. That's maybe the only thing Matt Nagy had right.
Like I said,
but it should have been about himself.
Come through that, the safety's got to get him on the ground. And there was a couple of situations there where the safety was right there, and then he ended up missing the tackle. So we got to do a better job with that to minimize those gains. Yeah, that was some missed tackles. 3rd and 18 to start the second half.
3rd and 18. Are you fucking kidding me?
Missed a tackle. and he spun out of it, and then our corner lost leverage, and our safety lost
No,
leverage.
everyone slowed
Yeah,
down
down
because
down
they
there.
were letting somebody else make the play, the opposite of Loafs.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the tape. I think their pass rushers are
Tape
pretty
never
good.
lies, Coach.
I felt like they had pressure inside and also pressure on the edge. Had that one series where they had back-to-back sacks, but it just felt like they were collapsing the pocket pretty good, and I think Justin felt that. But that's what I saw. No, it is important. It's important for us to be able to do that. Going forward. This last game.
I can't wait to watch the
that's
tape
why,
of the line on
late into
this
the game we kept
game.
Justin in there. Because we want to get.
That'll
game
tell me
experience.
the story.
You can't really get that anywhere else. And
The
so
Braxton
that's why we
Jones,
decided as a
that's
staff,
easy.
we decided to,
Interior,
working
it's
with
about
Justin,
responsibility.
I want to be in there. Credit to him. He's like, man, Coach, I'm still going out there. I want to be able to operate, and in his toughness and his grit, he wants to go out there and compete.
Yeah, but Coach, you have a job, a responsibility to get him out because your guys don't have the same as him.
Leg working through his leg, I think it's he was going to be in there with a limited number of plays.
Gonna get him. Let's run power after he hurts his leg.
Yeah, that
was a limited role.
That makes no sense to me.
Him, but again, that's where it was.
Let's run the same boot with shitty, and this is on Justin. Shitty mesh action. Anybody could read. You lazy on the mesh with your back.
Every single series,
Hutchinson sees it every time. You have to put it in there.
Do another 2-minute drive.
If you're a patron, you'll see it this week. I apologize. I was so sick last week. This ain't helping. Finally feeling better. I got to watch this fucking train wreck.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly look at it that way, but like we said, Justin's got to be back there and operate. And again, there's going to be different people out at certain times. He's got to be able to operate, get rid of the ball when it's not there, and do a good job having poise in the pocket.
I don't know what the pump, and Claypool's wide open. Just fucking
decent for us,
throw it.
Except for the last play, so we end up banging some timeouts. They end up kicking the field goal. We told Velas, hey, take it out no matter what, so we want to get a return. If we get the return, then we're going to do, whatever we need to do at that point.
Throw the ball in the end zone, asshole.
Happened sequentially, which was great. Velas,
you see him lining up as
and we
edge.
had 7 seconds, ball on the 45. So now you're working to your kick line. No timeouts. You're working to your kick line there, wherever the kick line was for that particular.
No, you're not,
situation.
Coach.
Sometimes it's 7 yards you got to get. Sometimes it's 8 yards, whatever that is, and working a sideline play. And we had a problem lining up, and it wasn't executed right. So we got to do a better job.
You had a problem lining up. You should be recognizing the defense is just taking it away.
We'd have done the same thing. Yeah, they're gonna line up wall defense, sideline defense, all that. They're gonna do that. So.
Yeah, and what do?
Yeah, it's a lineman assignment. It's a lineman assignment. Get lined up, execute the play, and we've executed that play numerous times in practice.
Not against what you call wall defense.
Yep.
You throw it into the end zone. You want to take away that? I'll fucking stab you down the field on a deep ball.
Yeah, I just go back to what I just kind of tried to state was that in-game experience. There's nothing like it. We're not going to get that anywhere else. And again, that's a good pass rushing group. So I thought it was really good to get that experience. Now, did it turn out the way he wanted to or the way we wanted to? No, it didn't. But
what was the final? 48?
Figure it out.
41-10.
41-10.
We just got to do a better job.
41-10. Again, we can't hear.
Right. I didn't see it either. I got to go back and look at the tape. All I heard from the training staff was that he was out. That's all I know right now. Yeah, certainly getting DJ back certainly helped them. He's obviously a dynamic player, and they did a good job today.
At some point, you have to have pride, Ezra. You don't say it in your way.
Yeah, I would just
say
that.
I thought you were going to say at some point we got to get fucking microphones on the road in the post-game presser.
Staying in our coverage.
We need that too.
Match coverage or zone coverage, we got to do a better job there.
Listen, I have huge doubts about this coach, and about 3 former NFL players had texted the same thing. Where we are now
Yeah,
We're
I
going to
mean,
find
obviously,
out.
when you're
That's
a
the
coach, you're
thing.
always looking at execution.
That's the great thing
so
about
that,
the
I'll
game.
just go back to that. We'll look at execution. We'll look and see if we're putting the players in the right position and seeing if we're executing our technique.
You weren't, coach. You don't have to see it. I could tell you. You weren't executing at all.
Yeah, I would just, to me, when you get 30 net passing, that's a byproduct of the sacks.
Well, did Blackwell get hurt today too, right?
That's quarterback on offensive line.
On that tackle he made on special teams.
Yeah, it looked like he grabbed his wrist. I don't know if it was his forearm.
That quarterback, and also when it breaks down, him getting rid of the ball. So that's really a function of that. Obviously, it still needs to be better though. The passing game needs to be better. We got to do a better job getting chunk plays, and giving them time to get the chunk plays. And
this was worse than Nagy. This was the worst game I can remember. Maybe back to Trestman versus the Patriots. You remember that game?
But those are back-to-back games, Patriots and Eagles.
Of course, we count Los and all those things for every single play, and we've always done that. We'll continue to do that. I don't see that.
This was guys, like
being where they're supposed to be.
It can't get worse. And then the next play, it did. Can't be worse. Coach, are you fucking pissed off, Coach? Like,
no, it'll be Ryan and I talking about it. And if he's healthy, good to go, he's going. So we're gonna get the experience, and he's got to play. And
Justin is going no matter what, Shane. No matter what, if he gets hurt 3 times in a game, we're gonna put him back out there.
Right.
So we can't hear one thing. So I can pretend.
And again,
Coach,
that's our charge as coaches to figure that out. It's our charge to be able to.
Coach, were you happy?
And we did that first couple
with the effort today. I want it
during the course of the game, but
I want some accountability on you.
Just keep extending that.
Just say the truth. When you say the safety, he's really saying Brisker, Houston Carson. Need to get up in the alley and make a fucking tackle. Our linebackers suck today. Like, I'm not asking you to call out names. I'm asking you to say, this is what we are. This is not acceptable. And I don't think it's very difficult. It's just concerning to me that this guy's culture or accountability is where it is. Now I'm noticing one positive thing, Shane, is that we're actually broadcasting on your Twitter page.
It's back. Yeah, I know, right? Gotta take advantage of a few more
I'm excited that you're
followers.
back.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah, now if I could only get my fucking Facebook page back, that'd be nice, but we'll see. Baby steps.
We need to fucking what did they say to you on Facebook? They disabled. We need to disable the season now. I don't even know if I could stomach what next week is going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, as much as listen, I'm the guy, no matter what is going on, if they're getting boat raced or if it's the 4th preseason game, I'm always invested watching the backups and everything. Honestly, my entire sole concern, sadly, today in the second half, and I texted this to you, Phil, I said, I've never been less invested in a game with pretty much everybody other than watching this to make sure that Justin Fields doesn't get hurt. That was my thought process, and that's where we are. I mean, I understand, like I said, the effort, and I get it. I would be much more concerned if this team was in contention, fighting for a playoff spot, and I saw effort like this. Now we're not there, so we may get to that point, and the effort is still in question, and then we know for sure. But if you back up and when you start trading guys like Khalil Mack just because you want to clear the decks financially, trade guys like Roquan Smith, trade guys like Robert Quinn, Eddie Jackson is out, Jalen Johnson is out, Darnell Mooney is out, Claypool hasn't been a factor, but he's been out. Offensive line is in shambles. It's much easier for me to see the potential light at the end of the tunnel rather than just to believe that, oh, this is all doom and gloom. Fuck this. It's effort. This guy, this coaching staff, this front office, everybody needs to fucking go, because I mean, the chat is just like Twitter with a lot of people. Phil and Shane, this regime needs to go. A lot of people tried to tell everybody that this was essentially the way that this was set up, and nobody wanted to fucking believe it. I honestly feel like if this was July 2020 and I told you, or July 2022, and I told you that the Bears would win 3 football games, have the second pick in the draft, but you came away knowing that you had a franchise quarterback, I think if I put that on a poll on Twitter, I think there would be wildly in favor of Bears fans. If they knew that, I think they would not be as upset about it. And it just, to me, it makes no sense to make wild judgments. And I'm not saying this is on you, Phil. I'm not, because you and I have talked about this plenty. But for me to sit here and see people say that Ryan Poles needs to be jettisoned, Matt Eberflus needs to be jettisoned, we can question them. I get it. But what does that really get you? You're going to bring in a whole new regime, somebody that may not believe in Justin Fields, and then you're starting over again.
I will say this.
You have to give them a chance to see what their blueprint is. You just have to.
You have to. I agree with that. But here's where I push back is Ted Phillips and company picked Ryan Poles, who picked, I got my guy here. We know the story. That's where we've been down this road several times. They've never gotten it right. Not once. They haven't gotten it right. And that's where all of these roads collide here today. It's like, now you have to wait and see if they can get it together. But I have been around football a long time.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if an off season is going to change what it is now.
No, I don't think it's going to take more than one, but I think that the trajectory has the potential to be much different with a successful offseason. But as far as FTW's really dumb fucking comment, if you can't decipher the difference between the way that the Denver Broncos were constructed, giving $265 million, most of that guaranteed, giving up 3 first-round draft picks for Russell Wilson, they were expected to contend for the Super Bowl this season with their new coach, and they bottomed out. The Bears stripped down their roster, got the quarterback aimed in the right direction. I think everybody that is sane believes, but you want to put the Denver Broncos, the way that they're constructed, in the same boat as the Chicago Bears. It's just, that is wildly ignorant, and you're not seeing the entire picture. Super Bowl contender, team that's got $90 million in dead cap. Yeah, there's a massive difference there, but you're going to believe what you want to believe.
The Bears, unfortunately, are only feeding the flames of questions because that's all you have. That's all you have. I have some answers. I do. I know a fraud when I see them. And I'm telling you, the play calling on defense and offense have every reason to be questioned. Every. It's horrific at times. Doesn't make any kind of common sense. So that is that right there, no matter what. And I laugh at people with arguing this. talent in the NFL is so funny to people. Like undrafteds come in and they play great. Why? Because they're surrounded by great effort. They have great talent, and you discover it. This culture is a losing culture right now. There's no arguing that. So how are you going to turn it around by listing off the positives in another not even close to anything other than embarrassing? So that on the coach is a red flag. It is, and it will be. And talent is so important, but effort is way more important. Just remember that. And anybody could go out there and be talented. So Los, you're completely wrong. And anybody who wants to argue that debate, completely wrong, because I've been around guys with so much talent and did shit with it because they had no fucking motivation.
Absolutely, but I don't think just because I'm not saying if you're in the NFL that you're not talented. Everybody in the NFL is talented.
No, they're amazingly talented. I've even defended
but
Charles Leno for this.
But there's
even defended him.
There's also a reason that there's a depth chart. There's also a reason that there's a practice squad, because everybody's not as good as everybody else. And I don't give a shit if you take Bill Belichick and give him Jamarcus Russell. If that guy is not going to be invested and do what Jamarcus has to do to be the best possible player, you can only coach him up so much. There has to be talent, which everybody has in the NFL, but there also has to be buy-in. There also has to be execution. And at some point, it can't just be, well, Brisker missed the fucking tackle. That's on Alan Williams.
Absolutely not. I totally agree.
This is what they're saying, and I mean, it's just.
I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying you are.
I'm saying if you're in the right places, you got to finish the plays. Robinson on the run, 3rd and 18. Mm-hmm. That's inexcusable on him.
It is.
And you know what? We'll watch that play. I'll go live just to run that one play on Patreon. And we'll watch his teammates, Shane. Alan Robinson's got it. Marcus got it. Dominique Robinson, right?
Dominique Robinson. Yeah.
Dominique's got it. And they all start walking. Oh, Justin's rolling out to the right. Don't worry, Reef's got it. I'm not going to block this guy. That's an effort issue. It is embedded. If you played the game, you know. You jump offside, motherfucker, get over here and fucking get your head in the game. This is maniacal. You're on top. There's none of that going on here. It's a fucking shit show. It's a tank show, and that's where the lines of people's effort, they whisper in the lock. Trust me, some of these players are, yo, man, this season's over. And once you allow that, I'm telling you, you can't, as a coach, allow it. You can't as a coach. And anybody questioning Justin Fields' toughness or his talent, it's the worst case scenario. It's like putting Ted Phillips at tight end right now. It's like, come on.
What I'm saying, Phil, with the effort is that this isn't 5 weeks in a row.
Shane, you and I did a live show. Komet coming on the outside on a trap, puts his head on the wrong side. If he puts his head on the right side, the play goes for 20 yards, 30 yards, maybe a touch. Yeah. He does it again. He did it again today. At what point is that a coaching issue? Oh, no, he's our guy. Keep putting – get over here. Like, there is none of that. And across the way, there is. Detroit, the losers. We know you got to have talent. We got Cole Kmet's talented, right? Talented. Drops the fucking ball.
Micah,
jumps in the air.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Are you comparing? Detroit's been drafting in the top fucking 5 for like 15 years in a row. And they finally started to hit on some guys. Yes, they're a better team. They're in a different realm than we are right now. How many years into their rebuild are they with drafting in the top 15? This team. Now Detroit's the fucking standard. What happened to Detroit last week, Micah, when they got fucking punched in the face in Carolina and probably shot their playoff hopes? You weren't in the chat praising them then, right? But now they beat a depleted fucking roster, 75% of which that won't be here next year. And you want to keep on fucking saying that that's the difference.
Exactly. I agree with you there.
Yeah, and Leo, okay,
no
I'll
Mac.
address this too, Leo.
There's no Khalil
By the
Mack.
way, Khalil Mack never played for Matt Eberflus early
There
on
you go.
this season. So get your facts right. And the Bears were what, 3-4 at one point with those guys here, Leo? Yeah, that was a better record. They depleted the roster. Unfortunately, they've done it by design. Say what you want, disagree with it. That was their fucking blueprint. It's pretty fucking easy to see. Jesus Christ.
Gotta have it right.
People make shit up to try to prove their fucking point, and I'll be the asshole to call you out on it.
Oh, I will
That's why
too.
people don't fucking like me, and I'm perfectly content with it. Well, you know, Khalil Mack was here earlier. Yeah, in fucking March when he got traded. Christ.
That's why I put that
That's
comment
fucking
up.
dumb.
Because there's no fucking Mac. Khalil Mack makes a difference. Remember all the same lunatics, Ivan.
Julius Peppers.
Mac don't make a fucking play. Where's his sacks? Where's he? Because you don't know the fucking game. I never once questioned.
Getting torched early on, Shane. Did
Never.
You forget how Davis Mills and others were torching us early on? Go tell me who won that game, Leo. Look it up for me. Who won the game?
I've never ever
You're
questioned.
just out here taking L's, bro. Stop.
Khalil Mack's effort. You have to find that.
But now
Some of the
Leo's
other
story is
things.
different because he just got put on front because Khalil Mack didn't play for Matt Eberflus. Fuck, I forgot about that. But Shane, Davis Mills put up good yards against them. Okay, there's your game, Leo. Bravo. Oh, wait, we won that game. Cool.
Answer Kyle. Answer Kyle. Could give you this one. Go for Kyle. How do we attract the meatballs? There's meatballs everywhere, Kyle. Come on, Kyle.
But that's what it is, Phil, because
Jesus.
We probably should let shit go. Like when Leo says 2 really dumb fucking questions in a row or comments in a row.
Actually, I think we got to question the chat.
We question it.
Hold them accountable. God knows Flus ain't doing shit. Let's hold you accountable.
Oh, shit. There you go, Leo. Now you're 3 for 3, bro. We barely won.
No one's ever said we barely won a fucking
Leo, go
game,
count
Leo.
up almost interceptions and tweet it out for me. I'm going to retweet it.
12 laps. Let's go. Let me grade some more of these fucking guys.
Well, I almost got laid at my junior prom. Christ. What are we doing? Well, we only won by a little bit. Remember that Super Bowl? We won by 1 point. I can't believe we didn't win by 6. What? Come on, just fucking. We know the direction of what they're doing, guys.
Totally agree, Brandon.
I don't like it. It is what it is. But you know what? In April, if they fucking pull it off, and
I would take Leo by the fucking face mask and be like, if you don't fucking block, get it out. Stop jumping. He's taking a bench seat. That's accountability. Leo, be better.
Yes, your comment is true, Leo. I bring it up every week because it's a factor. Now you answer me this. What was your favorite snap that Khalil Mack played under Matt Eberflus? Put that in the chat. Explain it to me, because obviously I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
They did the right thing trading Robert Quinn,
and it's fucking fine. Exactly, Phil. And people were pissed
did the
at the
right
time.
thing trading Roquan.
You can't trade Robert Quinn?
I was the biggest against trading Robert Quinn when I wanted, and if you go back, I want to see what you're doing. I don't want to be hamstrung like this. I want to see.
I will.
And there you go. They
I will
ended up
address
trading
this,
him.
Cheeto. This has been a narrative that's been out there. Now, Cheeto, I would ask you this. Go look up the teams since the trade was on October 31st. Go look up the teams and the quarterbacks that the Baltimore Ravens have faced since they've acquired Roquan Smith.
Go what?
Look who Baltimore has played since they acquired Roquan Smith. That's been a thing. They've been talking about how amazing the defense has played since they acquired. I'm not saying that Roquan's not a good player. Am I giving him 20 plus million? No fucking way. Set it on this network if that's what he wanted. Guess what? Baltimore's probably not going to pay him either. What are we going to do then? He'll probably end up down in Atlanta.
Didn't you get a nice replacement? Unfortunately, he got hurt as an undrafted kid, comes in there, starts playing better than Roquan was playing. I'll address Fields 1. Go Fields 1. Leno was to blame by both these knuckleheads on video now, correct? He's gone and Fields can't. Oh, Charles would save the day here. And Monty's supposed to be great. Okay. Yes. Fields has to improve. Good analysis there.
You're defending Leno. Cool.
Charles Leno's put 2 guys into retirement since he's been in fucking Washington.
I know that my guys are fighting for me, and they know that I'm fighting for them. That's
a Charles Leno defender.
I don't know if you guys missed that. Fields was just talking about he doesn't understand why the Bears got rid of Khalil Mack after he blew up at the beginning of the season.
He actually was talking about wishing Charles was here to protect his blind side, even though Charles' twin baby brother is there now. It's the same shit.
Sometimes first down, I'm getting pressure. I'm trying to make a play out of nothing, and I take a sack for 6-7 yards, and
If anybody is saying Phil and Shane aren't saying Justin Fields needs to improve, you're fucking wrong. However, it's hard to improve when you're at a roller rink with 70 roller skating teenagers at you, and you have to avoid them. That's what's going on. Your coach, your OC, the tight end drops, Pettis drop. These drops, these fucking things are a problem. Let's run fucking power.
It's meaningful.
QB power.
Every game. Of course,
you want to unlock Justin? Get him under center and run the fucking ball. Counter.
All we can do is
I formation. Twins. Get him under center. 3-step drop slants. Get out of this bullshit RPO right now when you're leading down the season.
That play right there was a call and a run.
Protect his ass.
And to be honest,
fucking joke.
All the way. I don't know why I did that, but
3rd and 7.
Just keep getting better. So, yeah.
3rd and 11. Let's keep Herbert out there to know he's got to block one-on-one on blitz. Great job.
They're not gonna, kill me on the inside. It's simple. You learn from the mistakes and you get better from it. I'm not the type of person to just like this and that. Like I'm just not that type of
Detroit doesn't have Eminem's mic. I'll tell you that.
I've been through tough times.
Can't hear one fucking question.
I just got confirmation. Poles traded the microphones too. Yeah.
And everything that I go through, it's for a reason.
I know the answer. Charles Leno.
Yeah. These clowns are fucking Charles Leno.
Fucking Charles Leno would save the day.
So we've been practicing that play for about 2-3 weeks now, and finally got off the play call sheet.
Oh my god.
Good execution.
That is hilarious.
It was good. I think I almost tripped on that play, so I was just trying to stay up, and then of course.
You know who played his best game? Bear up, Velus Jones. For fuck's sake.
Oh man, if he could have beat that one dude, he was walking.
You know what? My boy Ryan Griffin fucking missed his fucking block.
I think his emotions. He was just showing his emotion, which is cool. It's great to have emotion in the game, but you just have to know.
He should have been taking every kick out. before I forget to
Because
make
at
that
the end of
point.
the day, that's not
You
gonna
had said
happen.
that a couple weeks ago. Today, I'm like,
We're getting blown out. Like
Valers, take
always,
every
we're
fucking kick out.
Leo, I've questioned
everybody,
coaching
everybody
plenty.
feels that
You're
way,
just
but, we talk
you're
to him. I talk to him like, that's not
whatever,
gonna happen.
dude.
That's
It's
not
like I
helping
said,
anybody. That's just
you're
spreading
smarter than I
negativity.
am.
But
I'll
we
just
need to
I'll
be
sit
here,
back and
for each other.
you can go do
support
mock
each other, and,
drafts with
fight,
your boy.
because,
It's fine.
It's not many teams in this league are gonna
Mock drafts.
fight the way we did.
The mock season has begun,
I
Ivan.
don't know. I'm getting really passionate. But
Send me your
every
mocks.
drive we were getting blown out.
Mike, I never said that everything is fine.
So, like, I don't
You're
care what the scoreboard is. We're gonna
you're
go out there,
making
we're gonna
stuff
play our
up.
hardest, and,
I never
they
said
know we're
that.
not doing that. So I mean, of course,
I-
going back on Chase,
Those words
and
never
passion,
left my mouth.
but
Everything's
just has to
fine,
learn
guys.
how to,
It's all
control those
good.
emotions, keep it
Fuck, we'll
inside,
trade
just
for
know
Charles
that's
Leno.
gonna,
We'll bring fucking Ditka back.
He was like, yeah, my fault. I'm just
Micah
I'm
loves
frustrated
you,
right now. So
Shane.
he
I
responded
think that
well.
I
was
like
an
Micah
honest.
too.
I think
I
No,
think that
that's
was an
fine.
honest.
I'm
I
just
think
saying.
he wants some clarity.
But I'm not saying that everything is fine.
Today was a deficit of coaching malpractice. Can we all agree there? I mean,
Mhm.
you got to get him out. I don't care what he wants to buckle his chin. This isn't safe for our quarterback.
Wants to be great, so I think just the more time we get to spend with each other, the more time we'll get to know each
Jesus.
other. And I told some guys in there, just
I'm going to be laughing about Leno tonight
just
at
get to
dinner.
shake his hand,
If
just
only
run
he
drive,
had
stuff
Leno
like that.
back.
So of course, we want to get him the ball, but yeah, I mean, just being passionate
Oh
about
my
the game
God.
like he is, and his want to be great. I think it's good for our team, and we're just going to keep getting better and keep growing in there.
Listen, Justin Fields
A long way to go.
is up against the wall because he's the first round pick. He's the most dynamic player. I mean, you saw the runs today where he just takes off, but he's surrounded by chaos. So it's very hard. It's very hard to get a perfect analysis on this. But
Big Map, I do not think the coaches have lost the locker room. I think that's why you've seen them compete more than you have not this season. I think that's pretty clear. Today they did not.
Yeah, we just put Cole on the choice route. Cover 3 choice isn't really great, and then I kind of just saw the middle kind of come open right there. I think it was like 3rd and 5, something like that. So I just saw a crease right there and just hit it and just got the big game.
I don't know. I wish we could hear one question.
No, I don't think so. I think you're never gonna have a perfect.
Coaches told him to shut it down, Shane.
They are fighting.
So that was enough for today. Let's just let you get beat up.
Their fans were loud out
Take
there.
about 40 hits.
They came with some hits today, so I mean, you do have to get
I don't think so. Nerves.
They know they have.
Yeah, if you think
if
you think that this is the where
I just have to play
was that comment? Oh, right here from Gilbert. If you think this is the Bears' worst roster in history, I would go study Bears history. You'd be surprised.
I didn't see him. Yeah.
Polls
Just,
right now, you are fair to question or believe in him. That's the story of this moment. All we have is to analyze what they're going to do. That's what this offseason is going to be about. Phil and Shane and the crew at TTNL. I don't do mock fucking drafts. I don't do them until way later. I don't give a fuck. Don't send me your fucking 17 mocks. Don't fucking care. Don't care if you think the Bears should trade down 17 times and get 11,000 picks, whatever it is. Don't do it to yourself. There's so much free agency is going to define your chart and how we're going to chart this course. What is the biggest need of the Chicago Bears, Shane, in your mind right now? This game's over. This is the last.
I mean, I think there's an easy cop out, Phil, because you can do the famous 1A, 1B, defensive line, offensive line. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. That's it. You hit it right. So now, offensive line, based on young players in the draft, right? You are going to have to look at free agency big. That's why the Packers this other team. They signed their guys right out the gate because they knew Bears' biggest problem is left tackle. Before anyone laughed, me and Shane were texting back and forth. Jenkins, pencil. I totally agree. But I'd certainly put him outside at tackle, whether you want it right tackle, left tackle. I believe he could play left tackle and be a damn good one. But
We do
when
have
you're
a
inside,
programming.
your head
we
is
do have
down.
a programming update at the bottom of the screen there, just so everybody.
I saw it before. His head being down inside guard is such a difficult job because of the chaos inside. So when you have back injuries, neck injuries,
about it. He thinks number one, that's the move.
You have to put him, move him. You protect him so much more and his ailments. If he hurts his knee, if he gets hurt again, you're 100% right. There's nothing we can do. None of us, including the billion-dollar business, can do about injuries. They're going to happen in this game. They're going to happen. You have, and what does Tevin, what does Justin, what does Darnell, what do these guys do in the offseason? I'll tell you a quick story. There's a guy, he's probably the quintessential Chicago Bear. When I think Bears, I think of him immediately because he's the only reason why I'm fucking stuck in this misery is Walter Payton. Yes! What did he do in the offseason? Does anyone question that? Does anybody know? Because Walter knew that his body needed to be ready to play this rigorous game. It's a collision sport. It ain't a contact sport. Basketball is a contact sport. Football is a collision sport. It's the craziest, toughest game. My wife said something funny yesterday watching Ohio State versus Georgia. Mm-hmm. When the guy went out of bounds and knocked that girl ass over tea kettle, she's like, and it was very profound. She was like, oh my God, that just shows you how physical the game is. That woman just fell like a sack of potatoes. Imagine them hitting all the time. This is where you got to train. You got to be in the off-season program. You got to find players that love this game of football. Who on this team loves this game of football? That's what Ryan Poles, Eberflus, and company have to find out. Because those are the guys that are going to stick around. They might not have the most talent, Los. They might not. They just love the game. Because I will prove over and over to win and be right. Over and over, I've been right. Injuries are going to take talent out. You got to prepare for it. Your guy, Jack Sanborn, is the perfect example. As I told Deion Miller herself, I was like, Peggy Kaczynski. Peggy, this kid is the real deal. He's proven it to me on tape that despite his athletic deficiencies, his 40 time, his high jump, his broad jump, his vert jump, all of those things aside, this guy loves the game. Loves the game. Right now, that's somebody you can build on. Hopefully he goes in. I think he will. He'll go into the offseason and work his ass off. But right now, the Chicago Bears have certain things that make you have questions, and you have every right. Even Leo has a right to sit there and question it because they've proven time and time again to be the sinking ship. We get one good season. Oh, then we're losing. Then we're changing. So you have every right, but we all have to analyze it appropriately. That's what, and I don't need to spell this out for you, but some people, even on the network, need this shit spelled out to them. I love Shane. I've never once said, you didn't play the fuck game. You don't know shit. Never once said that because he's already proven to me. The debate is the answer to getting the best, not only in a show, but also the best out of the Chicago Bears. That's the debate. If you all agree, you got nothing. You got two guys talking about the color of their fucking ejaculate. That's what you get. And that's not what you'll get here. It just won't. And there'll be two sides to it. Debate is healthy. And it doesn't make me happy to have my red flags up about a coach that I originally was so excited and believed that this was the answer, that the guy, finally I'm hearing some of these things that I've been around coaching my whole life that are going to be applied. Right now, coming out, fucking destroyed. No, we really did a great job, Ivan. I want you to know, covering those punts. Hey, Ivan, let me tell. I'm just using Ivan. I love Ivan. I'm just saying, you can't come out and so those things, maybe he looks at himself. Maybe someone comes to him and says, Phil is right. Phil is right. You got to stop doing that. It's happened before. I can tell you that.
Steven, it's an inside joke. Yeah.
Steph Froylan, let me say this real quick, since he popped up like an erection. In all honesty, Steph, I'm sending you a happy new year to you and your family, your beautiful daughter. She's been in the hospital. You know, TTNL is family here. Some of you that are new here or don't understand the show, like Fields 1 QB, whatever that guy, put Leno in the hall. Oh my God. Know that we care. Steph, I send my blessings, and please, everybody, send that positive energy towards Steph. His baby daughter finally came home from the hospital yesterday, Shane. So she's home here. Happy New Year to you and your beautiful wife and family.
If you want a second daughter, I can send you one.
Oh man,
she's screaming right up above my head right now. She probably heard the Leno talk. She even got pissed off about that. Shit in her diaper when she heard that.
Well, I can say this. Flus is not going to get fired. He's not going anywhere.
Are we?
But we're going to see it. We're going to break it down. We're going to fucking talk about it. Leno, I'm sure, is going to stay at Washington. Speed bump. And that's good. They lost. They had a chance to go to the playoffs today. Oh, by the way, I was texted. He let up 2 sacks today in an effort to go to the playoff. We need that here, though. Come on. Be better. Listen, the reality is the Chicago Bears are floating in a sea of football unknowns. The tide is high. The storm is a brewing. And if those of you believe that this is going to get turned around and they're going to have the greatest offseason known to man, they're going to coach better, that's good. That's what I want. Right now, I question the culture. I question the things that you preach. And I'm going to be holding my arms like this, watching every step, how they draft. Do they stay at 2? Do they get to 1? Do they trade for a huge treasure trove of draft or veteran players? Do they go out in free agency and find a left tackle, find a center, find a right tackle? You'll be surprised at my biggest disappointment of the entire season. Should I save it for keeping it 100 this week with Alex Shapiro?
Let it fly. Go ahead.
My biggest disappointment this season out of every player on the team has been Larry Borom. Never in my life have I seen a player's personality crawl back into a hole and look completely like a different, completely afraid, scared puppy out there. I thought Larry Borom had a tenacity, a toughness. There's no questioning Larry Borom's good feet. And
to me, he's wildly out of shape, Phil.
He's so out of shape.
Yeah.
Puffy, soft.
Even Tevin, to me, is out of shape.
Oh, today. Tevin with the
sloppy.
Yeah, it looks, I completely agree with you. Again, it's a red flag for me. For the offensive line coach, you're allowing these guys to look sloppy. Again, is that a surprise to everybody here? probably should be, because nobody would have thought that. I really believe that Larry Borum was going to be an answer at right tackle. We'll see, though. There'll be more nuggets, more info. There'll be nobody covering the draft as truthfully, as purely as TTNL. You're going to have different spectrums of analysis when it comes to Draft Mob this year, because you're going to have not only Shane and I debating. I don't know how Cars was going to survive if Shane and I have a disagreement in front of him. He's like that kid in the middle of a divorce. He might sign off, Shane. Is he going to be
Ours
able
is
to handle
Mr. Offseason. I think he's loaded and ready to go. I think, honestly, if you gave him a truth serum, and there's some of that with me, I want to get through this season. As much as I love football, I want them to get through this season, and I want Justin Fields to be healthy, course correct, set your sights on the offseason. Doesn't mean that you're going to spend all the money the right way. It doesn't mean that you're going to draft every pick right. Nobody is saying that. I never said that everything that the coach has done has been right. Effort is a huge question. Play calls have been a huge question. All of that. I'm just saying, I think we have to just sit back a little bit, and it sucks. I understand. You have to have the ability, Phil, to show a little bit of restraint when it comes to this team. And as a Bears fan, that's all we've been able to do for years and years and years. It's always been, oh, they're going to fix it in the offseason. Jay's going to unlock himself next year. To me, the biggest difference in all of this is I believe wholeheartedly myself in QB1.
Does Ryan Poles believe in him?
I 100% believe so. Yes, I do.
I do too.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Somebody will. Do they really believe in it? They're keeping him out there.
No,
a former player texts me that. Are they trying to hurt this kid?
You don't make a trade with a second-round pick
Claypool
and then upgrade it for Claypool.
That's exactly what I
don't invest that much into a player for a quarterback that you aren't sold on. And I think that they realize, and people don't want to believe this, is, you hear a lot of times like during the game last night in Ohio State, everybody was saying, CJ Stroud, he doesn't run much. He's a quarterback that is a passer with the ability to run. That's exactly what Justin Fields was at Ohio State. That's what he did at Ohio State. That is who he has been as a quarterback. He is doing what we see this season to give the Bears any sort of chance. Remove him from this roster. You're left with Khalil Mack before they traded him, week 4, whatever the fuck it was this year. I'm just busting your balls, Leo. But with no Justin Fields, you have the number 1 pick locked up, and you have 0 wins. Correct?
Yeah,
That's always been the ultimate separator with me. Is, to me, you have the most important position settled.
There's never been a question. I think the Stroud thing is very important, because Justin Fields in college was a pocket passer.
Yeah.
He didn't run. He threw the ball down the football field. Now, unfortunately, I got sick this week, so I apologize to everybody on the patron side. I didn't even get to do the video. I was so torn up in my stomach, and knock on wood. And but I did watch the tape several times, and there's plays Justin's trying to get out of the pocket to find someone, and Cole Kmet has decided to stop. There's no scramble drill. Stop. Pringle's just standing there. Pettis is and his curl looking dead at Justin. Well, you're on the opposite hand. Run, sprint. This is a guy that's trying to create. So to Shane's point, it's very hard to see this football team on all these levels. You're losing. This is a record, right?
Tied it.
No, they tied the record.
Yeah.
So they'll break the record next week. Old
And
Greggy Sunshine thought that I wanted the Bears to win
maybe
today. I can't even.
well, but
I
that's the
didn't
thing.
want the Bears to win today. I just wanted to see
Phil,
effort.
if they go out and hit a home run in the draft
Mhm.
and have a solid free agency and they're winning ball games next year, who's going to look back and be like, fuck, man, that goddamn losing streak last year still fucking gets to me.
No one will.
Yeah, that's
If they come out and they start losing, then
right.
Listen, I live in New England, so I saw what winning football is, and you say whatever it is you want about they won today, right? Patriots, they beat the Dolphins, so they're fighting to try to get in the playoffs. Right?
Yeah, just to run it back, I can give you the games that are final. Bears obviously lost. Falcons won 20-19 over the Cardinals. Chiefs beat the Broncos 27-24. Had the Cardinals won and the Broncos won today, the Bears would have solidified and locked up number 2 overall in the draft today if both those teams had won, but they did not. Patriots won 23-21. Giants won 38-10. Saints beat the Eagles 20-10. Bucks came back, beat the Panthers 30-24. Browns beat the Commanders 24-10. Jags beat the Texans 31-3. And the Packers are currently beating the Vikings 14-3. Seahawks are over the Jets 17-6, and the Niners are beating the Raiders 14-10.
There you go. It's tough to be patient when so much
we have no other choice.
That's what I was going to say. You're just going to have to buckle up and try to get in. This reminder, though, PFF ranked the Bears offensive line 10th.
Well, yeah, and I mean
that's the anti of this network. That's all I'm going to say, and that's why
Clay Harbor was on our airwaves, and he's been the biggest proponent of saying that the issue is not the Chicago Bears offensive line. And yeah, people see that and they're
uneducated fan says Justin sucks.
Well, right, but Clay,
the 10th best line.
Clay puts that out there, and people say, "Oh, he played in the NFL, so he knows." These two idiots on TTNL that didn't play professionally have no idea, so they're full of shit. This guy was in the NFL. It doesn't work. There's been things that Clay is right about, but he's 100% wrong about saying that the Chicago Bears offensive line is top 10. I mean, they wouldn't have a top 10 offensive line in the CFL. They wouldn't, Phil.
I agree. I totally agree. The offensive line coach, I don't know. But again, let's see how they attack free agency. They did try, if we look back, they tried to get the kid from Buffalo, right? That was Poles.
Yeah, Ryan Bates. And they
Ryan Bates. And then they tried
to sign
the center,
Ryan Allen from the
Rams.
And they upped their offer. And at that point, I mean, you can see he's assuming at that point he's getting paid and playing for a Super Bowl contender. The Bears obviously had a price in mind, and this is the one thing before we wrap up, Phil.
Yeah,
is free agency. The free part doesn't have anything to do with money. It means that you are free to go where you choose. Yes, money is the ultimate factor 99.9% of the time. But if the Bears go out and for whatever reason, I don't happen to believe that he will be available in free agency as somebody like Daron Payne. But if the Bears go out there and offer Daron Payne $15 million a year and he signs in Atlanta, it doesn't mean that the Bears didn't try to go sign Daron Payne. Daron Payne is free to sign where Daron Payne wants to be. Maybe he doesn't want to be in Chicago. Maybe he doesn't want to play in cold weather. Maybe he wants to go back down south and play closer to home in Birmingham, in Atlanta. I'm just saying there's a lot of factors that come into it, and people fall into the trap. Oh, the Bears didn't get this guy. They didn't try. Oh, they didn't go after the guy that I wanted. Then they're sitting on their hands. It doesn't work that way, but we're going to have it all covered for you guys. It's going to be a wild off season. We will have it all covered from start to finish, Phil. I mean, BHL, we got one more week. Claudio thinks TTNL is going in mothballs, but we're not going anywhere. We're gonna be here, have it all covered, and it's gonna be the most significant off season, I believe, in my lifetime as a Chicago Bears fan. That's the way that I feel, because you have QB1 in place. They cleaned the slate financially. They're probably going to secure at least the number 2 overall pick. Houston goes out and beats Indy next week, which is not out of the realm of possibilities whatsoever. Nick Foles did get hurt today, so it looks like he's going to be out for Indy. So if they're going back to Matt Ryan, if they're going to start somebody else, it'll be interesting. Houston wins next week. Bears lose. Bears have the number 1 pick in the draft. And then you're controlling everything. You're controlling the quarterback market in the draft. Oh, you want Bryce Young? You have to talk to us. You want CJ Stroud? You have to talk to us. Then your price point needs to be met. You give yourself more bullets going into the offseason to improve your team. You have more bullets. You can cause more damage, or you can inflict more pain on your fan base by fucking those up. We'll see how it goes, and we'll be ready to call all moves out as we deem necessary.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
But yeah,
but
we'll do it all here, man. We'll wrap it up.
Yep. And I want to just finish by saying this week, Alex Shapiro keeping it 100. It is New Year's Day, so I want to wish all of you fans, even the ones we got on, Happy New Year to all of you. Please take care of yourself. It's crazy out there with all of these contagions and sicknesses. Take care of your moms, your pops, and everybody in the family. We'll be breaking it all down here this week. I promise you we'll be back. X's with the O's next week as well as Kramer's QB school. Although I'll talk to Eric. What do you want to break down Charles Leno this week, Eric? He would help. But we'll be doing it all. Thank you, Ivan Vargas, the super producer here in the background, taking care of the chat room, trying to quell the fire. What's the chat?
It's hard.
Smash the like button.
It all sucked today, so it's hard.
Yeah.
I know people are pissed.
It is. It's a tough day because it's New Year's Day, and the Bears are such a great distraction. And today they were just one of those car wrecks that you just can't take your eyes off.
They were a big heaping bowl of doo-doo, Phil.
Exactly.
That's what they were.
A steaming pile.
Yeah. Wrap her up.
Let's wrap it up here. We'll see you guys next week for the final BHL of the year. Tomorrow I'll be live with Chris Zorich breaking down the college playoffs and what went down on the Super 16 Bowl show with Chris, former Bears defensive lineman Chris Zorich, and myself talking about what happened to Michigan, what happened to Ohio State, what happened to TCU, all of it live here. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time here on TTNL's BHL Bears Hour Live. We have anything to run?
Play him out. You want me to play him out? Let me find.
I thought you guys were doing it. I wasn't ready for this.
All right, here we go. Here it is. Love you guys. Happy New Year. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching Bears Hour Live, the best post-Bears game show on the planet, on the Tape Never Lies Network.